Humiliation Rituals as Programming Tools. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and this is the Occult Family's How to Spot Them series. Trigger warning. This video series covers disturbing and very serious topics. Full legal disclaimer in the video description below. In ritual families, cruelty is never random, it's ritualized. One of the most common control mechanisms used to fracture the child's identity is the humiliation ritual. These events appear at the surface to be teasing, mocking, or jokes shared within the family. But they serve a darker purpose: to collapse the child's internal authority and reinforce energetic submission. A humiliation ritual is a repeated public or semi-public act where the child is degraded, mocked, or symbolically stripped of dignity. It's often disguised as humor, but its function is spiritual: to tether the child to shame, fracture self-trust, and ensure the front personality remains dependent on family approval. Here's how it works. The child is targeted for a perceived flaw or vulnerability, often something they've already been wounded by in the outside world. The family then ritualizes that wound. They repeat the insult, create a nickname, or attach physical gestures to it. Over time, this becomes a control button, a tool to trigger collapse, silence, or compliance. Personal case: the Miss Piggy ritual. As a child, I was teased by classmates for having a button nose. They called me Little Miss Piggy. It hurt. And like most children, I confided in my family. I believed they'd comfort me. Instead, they adopted the insult. They began calling me Miss Piggy themselves, first jokingly, then consistently. But it escalated. They added oinking in front of relatives during meals or at holidays. This was more than bullying. It was ritual humiliation. They had identified that the nickname provoked a reaction in me: emotional collapse, anger, shame. And in occult systems, anything that triggers energy can be harnessed. So they weaponized it. My reaction became their ritual. Every time I heard the word, my body would flinch, my mind would retreat, and my obedience would reset. This wasn't about the name. It was about installing a switch. The humiliation ritual functioned as psychic override, a way to collapse my self-worth and activate the part of me that submitted, appeased, or went quiet. Over time, I could predict when they'd use it: when I tried to express myself, when I questioned something, or when I stepped outside the script. That's how humiliation works in ritual families. It's deployed strategically. It's not constant, because constant abuse doesn't fragment identity. Inconsistent abuse does. The praise-shame cycle keeps the child seeking approval, hoping to earn safety, while reinforcing the lie that their pain is deserved or funny. Hi, I'm Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and what you just watched is part of my signature program, the Chosen One series inside School of Soul. This series is not just a course, it's a blueprint for those who know they were different from the start: the black sheep, the scapegoat, the truth teller, the cycle breaker. Inside, you'll discover the family roles playbook, the golden child, the scapegoat, the enabler, the lost child, and how to finally step out of the part you were cast in without consent. How the black sheep becomes the goat, turning rejection into radical transformation and leadership. How to break generational curses and rewrite ancestral contracts so the pain stops with you. And how to recognize and escape modern forms of spiritual and technological targeting, from gang stalking to synthetic synchronicity. This isn't just about survival. It's about awakening, about reclaiming your voice, your lineage, and your destiny as one of the chosen ones. Click the link below to access the full series now, because the role ends the moment you decide it does, and the real script begins with you.